I dare you to search up how to transition to a man in Google. Guess what comes up?
Bullshit.
Look, there's no way to surgically modify yourself from boy to man, because this is not a physical change, but a mental one. This is about rite of passage, about earning your stripes, about being seen as an equal, a man amongst men. This might come as a shock to some of you guys out there. Most of all, the supposed alphas hitting the gym, making some bank, and even getting girls. There's a strong chance you think you're a man, but in reality, you're still a boy, still stuck in a boy's way of thinking, still stuck in a boy's way of acting, still no idea what it takes to become a man. Well, today is your lucky day. I'm about to give you the information you need so you can fill the boots of your father. I'm going to tell you the forgotten secrets so you can stop pretending and finally grab the bull by the horns and become who you were truly destined to be. The first card you've drawn is developing a masculine frame. What do I mean? Ever hung with a bunch of guys and after a certain point they'll take subtle stabs at you? Maybe they're not so subtle. This usually comes in the form of humour, or as us Brits call it, banter. Believe it or not, this is a masculine form of affection. They are saying, so far, I view you as a man, as a worthy challenger, but I want proof. If I apply pressure, will you break? Or will my pressure bounce off like a child throwing a ball at a wall? It's not just guys that will test it, women will too, especially if you're trying to hit on them. A lot of times, when you try approach a woman, she'll act bitchy or give you attitude. This is gonna sound crazy, but this is actually her trying to test your masculine frame. Believe it or not, she actually wants you to pass this test. This is where the boys fail and the men succeed. If you can be unreactive to her tests, if you can withstand the pressure unfazed, like an oak tree in the middle of a storm, then congratulations, you now have a strong masculine frame. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. This ancient Chinese proverb hits the nail on the head. Have you ever experienced a confidence boost when you learn how to fight? How to be dangerous? When you know in the back of your mind, if shit hits the fan in any scenario, you have the skill set to back yourself. This is essential as a man, but listen closely because this is important. I'm not saying become some low-life thug or street criminal starting fights with every Tom, Dick and Harry. Quite the opposite. I'm saying become dangerous, learn how to fight, learn how to protect the people you care about, the ones weaker than yourself, but learn how to control it. Here at Agoge we practice self-discipline and self-control. A man should have restraint. He should have the capability to be extremely dangerous, but learn how to control it. Any of you that have practiced a fighting discipline will know this is one of the very first things they teach you. You are becoming more dangerous and capable than the common man, but you must only use these skills when absolutely necessary. So again, become the warrior in the garden, not the gardener in a war. I know this one might be controversial in the current climate, with labels like cuck or provider males being thrown around. And of course, nobody wants to be a free meal ticket, and that's the last thing I want for you. But, and this is a big but, as a man, just like having the ability to be dangerous, you should also have the ability to provide for those you care about. Since the dawn of time, the man goes out to hunt and brings back the kill. I know, in the modern day it is harder. There's more people in the workforce, more people competing for that same raise, that same promotion, that same business idea, the same pot of gold. But guess what? You are a competitive male, so compete. You will work harder, you will go further, you are hungrier, you will do what it takes. Why? Because that is a man's duty, and that separates the men from the boys. In the wise words of Tony Montana,
all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one.
Now, fictional drug law quotes aside, this is important. A man's word is his bond, and believe it or not, every time you say you're going to do something and don't, a tiny part of your character fades away. This concept is everywhere. It can be delivering work on the deadline you said, being there for someone when you said you would, having your boys back like you always said, or even, and stay with me here, doing things you told yourself you would do. This is actually the most important part. 2 a.m, I'm going to start turning my life around. What happens?
Help me, I'm too lazy to escape.
Sunday evening, I'm going to start hitting the gym this week. Did you start?
Where to start?
New year, new me. Did you reinvent yourself? You get the picture. Each time you do this, your discipline to your word fades, until eventually, all that is left is a man that's word means nothing. Nothing to anyone, not even himself. So, the next time you tell yourself you're going to do something, hold that guy accountable. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, purpose. What is it? How do I get it? Good questions. A man's purpose is the thing that drives him to go further. It allows him to dig deeper than those around him. It's what keeps him hungry after eating. If a man is a ship lost at sea, then purpose is the North Star that guides him where he must be. Now, every man's purpose will be different, and that's okay. Yes, even you, Steve, with your competitive cheese rolling. Your purpose is what takes priority in life. It gives you your mission. Guess how you find it? You don't. It finds you. Now, as corny as that sounds, most of us have to try new things and venture out into the big wide world. Until one day, oh, that sweet, sweet day, finally it hits you, like the juicy apple bouncing off Newton's head. You find the thing that makes you tick, and that, gentlemen, is the final tool to becoming a man.